It's a bit big and it's heavier, but I really want to put this on the back of Code instead. And he's going to need to keep his strength up. Code, come and get your breakfast. It's some sort of robot Cheerios dog food. I don't know. Come and get your food, Code.
This is another Airsoft Mike production.
Hey Tactical, welcome back to the channel everybody. This is the Well Pro WE23-H Rotary Minigun, but this bad boy can be mounted on a tripod. Get in!
The WE23-H Rotary Tripod Mounted Minigun is a formidable airsoft primary that lays down a rate of fire which is unmatched by nearly all other out-of-the-box AEGs on the market. The WE23-H is equipped with 5 threaded 14mm counterclockwise barrels, with each one concealed by a thread protector. The outer barrels and the epic-looking muzzle brake are all made from tough aluminum. The main outer body of this tactical masterpiece is constructed from high-density polymer and equipped with M-LOK slots, a generous rail system, and a ridiculously large 2,800 round mag. And did I mention, it's capable of 36 rounds per second out of the box.
Ah, that's better. I've got space now. As I was saying, I'm loving these fun ideas that Well are coming out with. Okay, so you've got that again. Diagram, exploded diagram, no instructions, but very well packaged. Whoa, look at the size of this beast. This is much bigger than the one I did before. Would you look at this? Would you look at this beauty? I absolutely love it. Right, first thing I want to do is get it mounted, and I want to tell you something too. Apart from the fact that you really don't have to put this on any sort of rig or tripod if you don't want to, because it's got substantial handles, but come on, let's use it for what it was designed for. So the first thing, this contraption right here, that's your mount point. Right, let's get this mounted on my vehicle rig. But again, you don't need a vehicle rig, okay? But let me just show you. That centerpiece right there is separate to the rest of it. So if I turn it over, now, as some of you already know, outside of YouTube, outside of Airsoft, I actually have another life, okay? I do filming. Luckily, amongst my equipment, I already had this vehicle rig that I use for one of my camera setups. Now this thread right here is a 7mm thread system, which is pretty standard for my equipment and what I use. Right, remember these two pieces? First thing I need to do is pop that on there, and then that centerpiece, this one, goes on top and you screw it down. And what I like about this as well, if you take a quick look here, this inner section here that I've been tightening up, you literally can just do that with your finger, and when it gets to a point where you can't really move it anymore, you just grab hold of this and bring it on home, and that tightens it up completely. And then you are ready. However, that's only if you want your minigun to be fixed and not moving, okay? If you want to be able to rotate it around, which is the whole point of this platform, do not tighten this outer section, leave it loose, make sure the center section is nice and tight, and then you get this bad boy and mount it like that. You then need to grab hold of the bar and lock it in. Double nice. Look at this bad boy. So again, you've got your handle at the top, and of course, who doesn't want to use it like this? Come on. But anyway, before I go into the features of this beauty, just giving you some ideas out there. So I've got a car rig here, so naturally when I take off these blue plates, there's suction cups on there, yeah, and they hold on to the vehicle very nicely. I've used it in filming and everything. When I don't want it on a car, I can just put these plates on and use it like a regular short tripod. Now, the features. Essentially, it's going to be similar to the other minigun I did before. However, with this bad boy, the magazine is not the same. I thought, oh, brilliant. That means I've got a spare mag because I can use the one off the previous Well minigun.
No.
Nope.
As you can see there, that's the size of the magazine on the arm-mounted version. And the mag capacity on this bad boy is insane in comparison to that one, 2,800. Right, let's get it out. Oh, look at the size of this. This thing is so big, it needs 2 windows. Now, it should be the same principle as the arm-mounted version, yep, but this time a much bigger, longer spring.
That's incredible!
Right, I'll get to these other features in a moment, but first, you might want to get yourself a cup of tea or open up a cold one. This is going to take some time. Do you know what? I'll stop there and then just pop that back in. I really love these mags. 2 reasons. I've mentioned it before. As many BBs as there are in this bad boy, no rattling because of that spring. Nice. There's a slight one. Very minimal. But yeah, that spring is keeping them nice and compact. And as I showed you before on the arm-mounted version, it's self-winding, and that's where the BBs are fed. Now, I'll pop that mag in a moment, but first, take a look at that. Used to always see it in the movies when it's anything to do with, oh, don't flick that switch, danger, or let's launch this missile, or let's do this, or let's do that. They've always got a red cover that you've got to yeah, flip up and then flick a switch. But before we get to that, there's your battery compartment. Here's the pack I'll be using, 11.1 volt, but as you can see there's a generous amount of space. And it's a Dean's. Nice. And it even says there on the cover what is recommended. Plenty of room. You can even store, literally, not exaggerating, and you can tell I'm not exaggerating because the battery I just put in there has practically just disappeared. You can literally store 2 or 3 more of those batteries in there. Now, before I get that mag in, let's just make sure this works. Actually, can we do this dramatically, please? Thank you. Another angry AEG. By the way, I just want to quickly show you something. This red cover here, it's dual purpose. So not only do you flick it open when you want to flick that switch, you can manually push that switch back down, but you don't need to. Just close the cover. It switches it off for you. Nice. And look, switches down. Oh, and if you haven't worked it out already, fully ambidextrous. So if you're right-handed like me, you can use that button right there. Left-handed, and so on. Nice. Right, now, before I put that bad boy mag in, if you take a quick look up there, you will see, just like the arm-mounted version I have done previously, you can see the hop-up adjustment, and each barrel, once again, has its own hop adjust wheel. And you can see where the BBs are fed too. Now, clearly this isn't an accuracy test. I just want to make sure that this thing does deploy the BBs. do my bit for the environment. I am using a target that I've already used before. Let's do this. Make sure this bad boy works. Oh, I love this thing. Now, to give you an idea of the size, I would never want you to mistaken this as a similar size to the arm mounted one. It is a lot bigger. In fact, it's only a little bit shorter in length than my gas operated classic army one. And the great thing about it is you don't have to have it mounted. As I mentioned at the top of the video, you've got a handle there, and of course you've got the main handles at the back, but you can have one hand on that handle there and the other on one of these bars with your thumb free to operate this bad boy. As always, I like to give a little bit of inspiration as to the goodies you can attach. So for example, at the front there, I've got a nice 4K run cam scope. And then we've got this awesome SRS there, which has a nice big aperture, so your eyeball doesn't have to be way up inside it to look through it, which you wouldn't want to do or couldn't do on a platform like this. Now, of course, you're going to want to see this bad boy in action out there in the field at an airsoft site. Now, I'll just let you know, since I've started my videos back, I've also had invitations to certain airsoft fields to bring code along to just demo it out in the field and demo some of my toys. I've seen it before on some sites. They've got like disused vehicles on an outdoor airsoft field. Mount this bad boy on there. But to be honest with you, it's full auto. So most places you won't be able to use it anyway. Well, you're gonna eat that or what? No? I'll take that as a no then. Do you want a pizza then? Oh, hello. Do you want a pizza? Oh, okay, I'll take that as a yes.
This is not a dream.